You don't have a focus problem. You have a weakness problem. And every day, it negotiates with you. Not loudly, not dramatically, quietly, convincingly, like it knows you, because it does. You wake up with intention, but within minutes, you're already compromised. You check something you didn't need to check. You delay something you said mattered. You soften a decision that required sharpness, and you tell yourself it's temporary. It's not, it's a pattern. And here's the part you don't want to admit. You're not losing to the world. You're losing to the version of yourself that you keep protecting. Machiavelli understood something most people still avoid. Men are ungrateful, fickle, false. Not just others. You are unreliable to your own standards. You promise discipline, then reward your own weakness. You set rules, then break them in private. You say you want power, but you negotiate with comfort. The general doesn't negotiate, he commands. And right now, you're not in command. Look at your day. Really look. Where did you hesitate? Where did you wait for permission? Where did you soften so you wouldn't feel resistance? That's where you lost. Not in big failures, in small permissions. Law, weakness doesn't destroy you instantly. It earns permission first. You think your problem is motivation. It's not. It's identity. Because the version of you that wants power is still sharing control with the version that wants comfort. And comfort is patient. Comfort doesn't fight you. It waits until you're tired, until you're distracted, until you're emotional. Then it speaks, and you listen. You felt it. That moment where you know what to do, but you don't do it. That's not confusion. That's internal betrayal. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. People around you can see it. They may not say it, but they feel it. That hesitation, that inconsistency, that slight delay in your execution. They don't attack, they reposition. You think they doubt you? No, they've already adjusted to you. They've measured your limits, and they've placed you accordingly. You speak. They listen, but don't take you seriously. You plan. They nod, but don't believe you'll follow through. You try to lead, but your history exposes you. They don't misunderstand you. They understand and stay silent, because status isn't declared. It's observed, repeatedly. Law, status decides whose voice is heard and whose is ignored. And every time you hesitate, you lower yours. Let's go deeper. Think about the last time you were interrupted. Not aggressively, subtly. Someone spoke over you, and you stopped. You let it happen. You adjusted. That moment? That wasn't about conversation. That was about hierarchy. And you accepted your position. Or that time your idea was ignored, then repeated by someone else. And suddenly, everyone paid attention. You felt it. That quiet frustration. That silent recognition. But you didn't confront it. You rationalized it. They don't attack. They reposition. And you stayed in place. Because deep down, you didn't believe you had the authority to enforce your presence. Your presence becomes pressure. But only when you stop asking for space and start taking it. Right now, you're still asking, and people can feel it. Now here's the truth that cuts deeper. They don't need to push you down. They just need to wait. Because you do it yourself. Every time you delay. Every time you explain instead of execute. Every time you reveal your plans before results. You expose your weakness. Machiavelli warned, "A prince who is not wise cannot be well advised." Translation: if you don't command yourself, nothing external will save you. But there's a moment where everything changes. Not when you succeed, Not when you get recognition. Not when things go your way. It's quieter than that. More dangerous. It's the moment you realize no one is coming to reinforce you. You start to notice something disturbing. People see your struggle. They see the cracks. They see the inconsistency. And they do nothing. They knew you were slipping and chose not to stop it. Not because they hate you, because your fall doesn't cost them anything. In fact, it benefits them. They could have helped, but your fall benefited them more. That's silence. That's not ignorance. That's calculation. They didn't misunderstand you. They understood you perfectly and stayed silent. Because in every social structure, there is competition for attention, for status, for position. Law. Attention is power. When it moves toward you, it leaves someone else. So when you weaken, you redistribute power away from you, toward them, and they don't stop it. They don't need to destroy you. They just need to watch you fall. And the worst part? They feel relief. Because your inconsistency justifies their stagnation. Your hesitation protects their position. Your failure stabilizes their comfort. They didn't betray you. They stayed loyal to their own comfort. That's the game. Not emotional, strategic. Now you start to see it. Every interaction, every delay, every ignored message, every moment someone chose not to support you. It wasn't random. It was aligned with their self-interest. Just like Machiavelli said, men should either be caressed or annihilated. In modern terms, you are either respected or repositioned. There is no neutral, and you've been living in the illusion of neutral. You thought people were on your side, but people are on their side, always. Once you accept that, you stop expecting support, and you start engineering outcomes. This is where the shift happens. You stop explaining, you stop announcing, you stop seeking validation, because now you understand every word is exposure. Law. Information given freely becomes leverage used against you. So you go quiet, not weak quiet, strategic quiet. You move differently. You respond slower. You observe more. People start to feel it. That change, that pressure. Your presence becomes pressure. Because now, you're not reacting. You're calculating. And that's when something interesting happens. People start adjusting around you. The same ones who ignored you. Now, watch you. The same ones who dismissed you. Now, measure you. Because unpredictability creates tension. And tension creates respect. You don't need to prove anything. You just need to stop revealing everything. You start to realize power was never about force. It was about control. Internal first, then external. And the moment you control yourself, you become difficult to control. You stopped being easy to control. That's when resistance begins. Not open resistance, silent resistance, less support, less encouragement, more distance. Because now, you're a threat. Not because you attacked, but because you changed. Law. People forgive mistakes. They don't forgive being outgrown. And you're outgrowing them. Not loudly. Not emotionally. Precisely. You stop reacting to disrespect. You stop chasing attention. You stop explaining your intentions. And something cold settles in. Clarity. You see the patterns. You see the hierarchy. You see the truth. Loyalty was never unconditional. Support was never guaranteed. Respect was never given. It was always earned, maintained, defended. And now, you're doing all three. Not for approval, for position, because you finally understand. This was never about becoming liked. It was about becoming undeniable. Machiavelli said, It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. You used to chase being liked. Now, you focus on being respected. And respect doesn't come from words. It comes from consistency, from control, from precision, from becoming the one person who doesn't break under pressure. You're not louder, you're sharper, not reactive, deliberate, not emotional, controlled. And that changes everything. Because now, people don't test you the same way. They hesitate, they measure, they think twice. Because unpredictability feels dangerous. And danger commands attention. You're no longer competing for space. You take it. Silently. Decisively. And here's the final truth, the one most people will never accept. They don't hate you. They hate what wakes up inside them. When you stop playing small,